Okay, so we're looking at energy gates and this technique where somebody puts their hands on you and tries to push you, and you grab their elbows and they can't push you. But there's a lot of interaction, angles, directions, and people try and talk about mechanics. So let's just go this way because that's why we did it before, Ruth. We do this one. Okay, so I'm going to push on the elbows here. Now Ruth has already got the energy to resist this technique, but when we tested it earlier, this stance was weak, but we changed the feet and that was strong. It was simply a pinched nerve in the back. So a lot of this stuff, if you're testing techniques and somebody's got a bad back, a pinched nerve, sciatica, whatever, stress reaction, it can go wrong. And if your opponent's got all that, that's your advantage, so it doesn't really matter. But for health, you really want to stretch your back. So we fixed that. So Ruth's resistant, so I'm shoving here, and I'm getting, she's shoving me. Now I'm going to try and open them energy gates. Never tried this one before. But if I can, that means we can do some more experiments, because otherwise we'd have to get a new person every time before we do the catheter fix. So I'm going to try and open them energy gates. And now we're all good. So that should be part of the technique, part of the intent of doing anything like this is open the energy gates. So once you've done it, you know, your subconscious, unconscious knows that, so add that to your intent. So now we can go on and retest the technique from the knees, because we did it, we got some fantastic results, but it didn't look very good because it was done safe. We haven't got any mats, we can't chuck anybody across the room, which is what we need to do. But what we can do instead is use stance. So if you put Ruth in a stance, we can see whether I can shift her or not. So if I go onto the floor, and if somebody is giving you grief and you can access their knees, you will get this. If you stand square, if you can access the knees and shove them, one, it'll make them lighter. Two, obviously you're going to hyperextend. They might not be able to step back, so they might even just fall over. But we can't go smack because it's not safe. So if we take a little stance, Ruth. So yeah, so I'm now going to try and shove that way. So mechanically there's some resistance there. So if I find the knees, and I'm not going to use the gates, so that's all resistant. Now if I've got no purchase at all, I'm starting to slide, so it's a good example because you're on sand if you're on the beach, so you haven't got a good grip. If I open the gates and shove, and now that one immediately hyperextends and you're going that way. So that's a much better example. I was going to do a number of techniques, self-defense from the floor, so obviously you've got the inner gate, you've got inside of the thigh, you've got the gallbladder meridian, all kinds of stuff, but that one seems to work a treat. Thank you very much.